I'm hearing that someone's been experiencing an ego death, and it's kind of aligning them with their truth, so they're coming into a better understanding of their purpose. But I'm also feeling this like anxiety in my chest, so it's like the heart space. Death just flipped out there. Actually, it was strength, not death. That's weird. Maybe it's because, okay, there's a layer of them that shed. It's a layer of them that's usually, their protective shield. They know what to do. They know how to move forward in this. But they're understanding that the way they've been operating has been out of alignment with the actual truth, which is beneath the surface. So whatever it is, it's been quite surface level. And, it's really interesting because whatever you're called to, as in from your heart space, when you feel that pull, when you see wherever it is, animals being saved, families being fed, deforestation being, just healing of oceans, nature, that kind of thing. There's something about that's really connected deeply to your true soul purpose. And I always say as well, connecting to nature is one of the most beautiful ways you can actually connect with the divine feminine. Okay, got the Two of Swords, so definitely there's a decision here, or there's been an indecision for a long time. It's like someone hasn't understood their direction. Okay, and I think it's because they've been led by a lot of I'm seeing like pulls on the external, so I think just that, that general 3D level energy in the earth. I'm hearing something about new earth specifically, someone who's going to help create, especially if you're in the divine journey. That is a massive part of your purpose, to help heal for future generations of the earth. Is that healthy, healed space, not just circulating the traumas, right? Strength did want to come out there. Important message with that card. Strength card. Taming the beast is what I've heard there. Okay, bulls could resonate with you, the animals. Ooh, Three of Swords. Okay. So someone's definitely has experienced heartbreak from past decisions that they don't want to repeat moving forwards. However, what they've done is I've heard like they've gained this inner resolve, like yes, resilience, but there's just this strength. Me even hearing thicker skin. Okay, the Chariot. Again, bulls are really significant here. Well, it's way too many cards. Yeah, so there's definitely something here about wanting to move forwards and not take the hurt with them, but what they're recognizing is the hurt around them, and they're understanding that this is something they want to help heal. Yeah, so it could be like healing the world, right? They could have strong like reactions to songs and music. Oh, the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. They could have strong reactions to music, songs like the Earth Song by Michael Jackson, for example, right? This is giving the energy of stepping into that divine masculine. Okay, this indecision that someone's been stuck in has just felt like a heavy weight, and they're finally ready to move forwards from this, is what I'm hearing. There's definitely a heavy cycle that's recently closing. Don't forget, we're in the year 9. 9 is about those closures, right? You've learned the lesson from the karmic year. Now it's time to understand how to close, wrap it up. When you see the similar pattern coming through, how to heal through that, right? Clear through that. The Page of Cups here as well, with that Three of Swords, there's definitely something here about that inner child having faced a lot of pain. Family, I think so someone's had to disconnect from family. Sometimes, especially, divine feminine wants unity within you, outside of you, wants unity, togetherness, collaboration. But you realise along the way that not everybody, even if it is family or people who you view it in that way, they're not all there at the same level. They're not all willing to put in that same kind of effort or to see things from that perspective. And sometimes you really do have to recognise that you've got to do this by yourself, right? The Star as well. Someone's really going through a beautiful healing energy, this cycle. I'm hearing a portal specifically. Queen of Wands. Ooh, and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Something sparked someone's... I feel like their joy again or something is what I'm hearing. Again, the Emperor at the bottom. Yeah, after a time where they just couldn't see past their hurts and their wounds, they're finally seeing the light, right? They're finally seeing some kind of... It's like this optimistic energy that they just weren't experiencing before, because they weren't seeing clearly, right? They were too pulled by those external energies. balance. Yeah, they're bringing back balance. They're bringing back balance. I've also heard them having quite spicy dreams. So they're definitely whatever they want to move towards, though they have their guard up. No one can tell this on the external for sure. Behind the surface, there's this passion, there's this desire, there's this beautiful kind of I think it's more than just being led by lust or whatever. I think it's actually more about someone genuinely has a passion within them. Maybe they've got some something in their birth chart that can explain that. But yeah, 3 of Wands, King of Cups at the bottom. Someone definitely wants to move forward, and they want it to be from this space of we're on the same page, that togetherness, that energy of kind of understanding that we can both be fueled to move towards this, right? I say both, it could just be the right people around them now, right? The soul tribe, as people say, the people who are aligned. King of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is heavy realizations. I think someone's had to be really honest with themselves more than anything. The star did want to come out. Aquarius energy there as well. Okay, lots of inner child healing has been coming to the forefront, and in doing so, someone's really recognized what they happily leave behind. It's become less about like materialism, surface level stuff. It's become way more about kind of purpose driven, right? Their soul. Yeah, 9 of Cups. Their soul, again, they're very protective of whatever there is that they desire. This could be that Queen of Wands energy as well, but the Fool at the bottom of the deck as well. So this is definitely someone who knows what they want. They're being very guarded and protective with it at the minute. Let's just find out some more to see. Okay, so we've got codependency here. So it could be that they're healing through some kind of or they have been healing through some addictions as well, which is why they're kind of mindful of how they're proceeding here with whatever this is. Okay, heart-to-heart conversations. That makes sense, because in order for whatever this is that someone's feeling very protective over, very guarded, very much that this is what they want. They want their voice. They want to speak it more than anything, right? Freeing yourself. I think that's freeing their voice. They want to speak this into. This is why the King of Swords is here. They really want to take this. I've heard a practical approach, so it's kind of like, though their heart is feeling all these things and feeling all this passion in their body even as well. That's truly what's coming through. There's definitely got a lot of that happening, but they want to communicate. It's like they've been learning how to communicate better or something, and not from that wounded inner child. Okay. Very soon. Heart-to-heart conversations very soon. So clearly decide on what it is that you want, so you can be truthful with that opening of that throat chakra and in receiving the separation. I feel like this is a truth about why a separation was, why there was a separation. Okay, I don't think the full truth has been understood here. Give a relationship a chance. So it feels as though someone has been freeing themselves from some kind of addictions. Okay, and I say that, and sometimes it can release your ex the bomb there. Okay, healing family issues. This is confirmation. There's something to do with their inner child here. And I think that this is what circulated in their relationships. Okay, this style of attachment, if you will, or just like this way of not understanding and recognizing relationships, seeing them as comfort when actually it felt like a destruction that was from the past, that it was just familiar chaos, right? They're understanding this. This is what they've been working on during the separation. Truly, they're clearing the binds. Which is beautiful. Takes a lot of work, that. Okay. Forgiving and learning. They've been forgiving and learning a lot to do with the people who have wronged them, if you will, including parents, caregivers, family, but also just those around them, people they thought they could trust, loved ones, but also themselves. Okay, passion, confirmation. So they're not holding on to this resentment, because where they're going, especially if they're on the divine journey, you're here to create a world where it can blossom moving forward. It can flourish. The earth is healed, and as it is, I call it like the human home. Its inhabitants are also in that healed energy, right? You're here to create that, be a part of helping to create that engagement. Higher levels of commitment, right? So there is something about forward movement here, in that, again, with that heart-to-heart conversation, someone really just wants to be honest first and foremost, before, and then honeymoon. So I feel like it's going to be like jumping from, it's kind of like be mindful of not going 0 to 100, but it's something that's going to feel like passionate and you're wanting to kind of move forward with this, but in a way that you're both kind of on the same page. I feel like that's why this King of Swords is coming through. You've got the romantic feelings and then reconciliation, right? So that separation card came out, but a reconciliation is on the cards very soon with those conversations, okay? So exploring your feelings together, understanding that they're real, you know, whatever someone was made to believe that they weren't real, that, or whatever it is that was happening in their own mind, it's finally recognizing that actually, someone's been looking at the bigger picture, Sagittarius energy. So they're understanding, again, this is why they're finding more alignment with their purpose. So it's like not even that they're coming into, you know, it's all about the union. It's actually about finally they're finding themselves, their alignment. So they're understanding their purpose, which is beautiful. So the more someone's doing this, the more they're recognizing that you're very close to achieving your goal. That's confirmation. The more they recognize surrendering to the divine as well. Without getting so caught up in anything that was kind of you know, that codependency energy, it's like they were in these attachments and it was all in the mind, right? And it's like, you know, it could have even been you know, when you feel like you have to be attached to someone to feel like you're wanted by them, or, you know, there's jealousies or whatever. If not, show the world the real you. Ooh, someone might be getting really honest about what they've been struggling with here, and no longer being afraid of like, oh my god, someone's gonna see me like this. And not just that person, I'm talking about literally like, you know, their presence in the world, whether it's social media, whether it's literally in their physical like reality. They're really getting real, like real and raw, right? They're saying, this is who I am in my wholeness. A new start is coming, and this is what's finally bringing this new beginning. That was the 4 at the bottom of the deck as well before. So they're definitely going to take this leap of faith. Okay. A personal issue reaches resolution. I think this is what's helping them. So something coming to its resolution that's helping them to say, you know what? Stepping into their bold self, their truth. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. It's just helping them get closer to where they need to be. A time to give rather than take, meditate and contemplate. Virgo and Pisces energies there. And then you've got, again, Virgo, you are good enough. So someone's finally recognizing their worth, so they can finally say yes to this new beginning. Another thing, if you are on the divine journey, I've said this before, you don't want to have to keep doing this cycle again. You want this to be the incarnation where you get it right. Yeah, where you find that union, right? The Hanged Man. It's been on pause for a very long time. And then you've got the 4 ones at the bottom of the deck. Confirmation of what I've just said. There's been a pause for sure, long wait, but also I feel like in lifetimes, you know, this is one to get it right. Okay. Also, you know, sometimes when there is a separation, it's that your person is actually being called. Their soul has work to do. You know, you both have your individual purposes as well. Remember that, right? So their soul has work to do. Maybe it's in a certain location. And I will say, when you do come into union, it's often the case that divine masculine will already have judgment card. Will already have like this sense of knowing where you need to be in like the physical. They'll want to, you know, they'll know where they want to plant the roots, if you will. Queen of Cups. Yeah, so there's always a reason, right? But it's all about how much you're coming back into your truth, your alignment, okay? The High Priestess and the 7 of Swords. I feel like someone's doing things right now and in a way that not everybody, this is what I mean by guarded, not everyone can see it because they don't want everyone to see it. 7 of Swords are the Sun, of the Wheel, the Empress, the Lovers, the Magician. There's a new beginning coming, and it's to do, and it's going to be, it's like their person is going to be the only one who gets to, I feel like, experience this new version of them in a way that no one else has before, right? Yes, they're here for their purpose, and the people they're here to serve, help to heal, to serve. But there's something about, they're being, I feel like they're being mindful with their energy. They've not had the most, I mean, you know, their environment hasn't been the healthiest, you know, their upbringing. Look at that 7 of Swords wanted to flip out. Their upbringing for sure. People around them that have just left them being betrayed. Definitely something to do with the mother. I feel like they've been in this energy of needing to prove themselves, validate their worth, you know. If they're only successful if they're earning a certain amount, they're only, you know, if they're doing this and the other, the Lovers card. Someone's really learning their truth now. Okay. So, and even any kind of external energies, I think someone's, instead of getting like caught up and entrapped in this, they're stepping back, looking at the bigger picture. King of Wands and the Ace of Cups there. That was flipping out. Instead of getting caught up, they're stepping back, looking at the bigger picture and understanding the lesson better, or seeing them, how they fit into this, whatever it is better, right? Death card and the Ace of Swords, yeah. Finally putting an end to this again, Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There's something about, they're showing themselves more compassion, such a big deal, especially if you're going through inner child healing, because your inner child probably hasn't experienced that from external. So, this is why someone's finally understanding that actually their feelings are real, their feelings they want to explore, which is why they're going to move forwards in this new direction. There's a conversation coming very soon, okay? And whoever's on the receiving end of this conversation, you're being asked to really stay in your heart space, allow whoever it is that's coming to you to speak their truth, give them the space to do that, all right? And stay in your center, so ensure that you're not getting thrown off. You know, if you're feeling triggered, to be honest, you know, take some time, and this is going to require you to step back and meditate and contemplate, right? As well. Oh, the sun. So there's definitely, I feel like there's just joy, there's happiness, there's a big yes, and the Queen of Cups did want to come out, so that's a confirmation that yes, you do need to stay in that heart space. You know, and that comes from really loving yourself, right? Loving yourself the way that you didn't, you know, you yourself didn't experience before, okay? And there's a chance, I feel like, to heal whatever it is that went not the way you expected in the past, okay? King of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, look at that. Five of Cups, just as I said that. There's definitely a sadness of the past and loss, okay? But someone really wants to step up and come forwards, okay? And this is what's going to happen very soon, it said, okay? But I think that somebody really needs to be received from a loving space. They're going to have some truths to offer. And the last thing you want to do is be in that space of judgment. And if this is happening, then truly you shouldn't be in that space now. You should really be in that space of learning how to work through your fears, right? Just to recognize what it is that you're being pulled back into your kind of misalignment as well, okay? Don't let pride get in your way, okay? It's Leo energy there as well, Scorpio energy. Yeah, your commitment is being tested, nothing's going to come of this. So whatever's pulling you away from whatever this is your own pride. It'll be your own pride. So keep that ego in check, right? There's an opportunity for powerful change here that you can expect moving forwards, but it's all going to be dependent on how you respond to this now. You're not going to repeat those cycles, right? That's why you need to stay in check for now. You know, it said clearly decide on what you want so it can come to you. Therefore, clearly be that person who's ready to receive it. Yeah, not like, you know, high horse energies or, you know, wounded where you're just expecting hurt wedding there. But actually holding the space for someone to process and heal through what they've been going through, because they've been going through it, you know, as well. And I know you have too, so you understand that, you know, that how important it is to have that kind of that space held for you in love and safety, right? It all comes with the truth. You have to be truth. The truth. Truth. I just keep hearing truth. Chemistry, unrequited love, you deserve love. Yeah, you've known unrequited love. You've allowed lust to lead before, and you know that's been painful for you, but this is where you need to trust things are different. Trust yourself and what's coming through, and actually the passion here is very real. I feel like this has an opportunity to really to go from one level to the next quite fast, but not in a way where you're just like totally disregarding everything that's, you know, that you need to heal through and work through together. You've got to come into that alignment together as well, right? You've been working so beautifully on yourselves to do this, okay? Something happening very soon, and it's going to be something that's going to allow this beautiful new energy to come through, this new start, this reconciliation that can really allow you to come to actually ground in on your purpose here, to find out what that is with each other as well, okay? And it's all an unfold. If this is somebody who you feel like, or you've been given reason to believe, maybe it was your experience with this person, that they're just led by lust and these addictions as well, that clearly they've had to process through, you're going to actually find out that this isn't, they've changed, you right? This isn't like that this is someone who truly wants they want a grounded foundation. I'm seeing that family energy again. They're single, they've been focusing on themselves. I think that perhaps this is a mirroring energy as well. But they're very clear on what they want. It's from their heart space, and they're going to be, I think they haven't spoken on it, and any evidence, if you will, that you've seen is just being quite the contrary. So it's finally time to realize that whatever it is that's in your own mind that's holding you back now, nothing's going to come of that. How much do you have faith in this? How much do you have faith in not even just this person? You don't have to attach it to someone, to their face, their name, whatever. It's about what you're receiving, what you're ready for, what is already written for you, right? Your divine destiny. How much of you have faith in that, okay? Because there's been this whole pause, this whole waiting, and you've been healing through yourself. So remind yourself of that. When you feel the triggers, be honest with yourself, pause for a moment, recognize you know where it comes from. Yeah, I recognize it. This healing thing, this human thing is a constant healing cycle, right? So allow yourself the time and space just as much as you're allowing each other that as well, okay? Um, yeah, and bro, that trust, this trust card is a big one. Passion again at the bottom of that. Oh my God, and then true love. Okay, so there's something beautiful here, and the passion will come, but I think that first comes the truth, the honesty. I feel like there's this energy of honorable, integrity. This has someone wants to show up for sure. So that's where that powerful change is really possible moving forwards, okay? And if you yourself are dealing with family right now, family issues or whatever, remember to stay in your divine feminine energy of not wanting to cause more of a rift, just accepting that you do need to hold firm boundaries sometimes, right? Doing your best to stay in your heart space, okay? Honor and trust your feelings. I think this is what someone's finally learning to do. They're learning to honor and trust their feelings, which is why their purpose is being understood better. They're understanding their feelings for the world. Yeah, where their heart is pulled, and like I mentioned all that at the beginning of the reading, okay? They're recognizing that, and it's definitely more aligned with their purpose, okay? Decide to be happy now. Decision is finally coming after all this wait, this indecision. There's been a lot of release happening as well, right? Letting go of a lot, letting go of fear as well. So let go of fear now, honor your feelings, decide to be happy now, okay? I feel like there's going to be a need to I think there's just going to be a creation of a completely new atmosphere, environment in yourselves, in your connection, in everything that's happening around you now. So there's something really beautiful coming into fruition, okay? But it's about honoring, like not allowing something to lead more than the other, not allowing your head over your heart, not allowing your lust over your love. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like finding that balance now moving forwards, okay? Let me know if this beautiful message is for you, okay? Sending love.